of a run, man. Congratulations. No, seriously. That's awesome. This is a championship final Game 2 press conference featuring the national runner-up Texas Longhorns, joined by head coach Mike White, and our student athletes are Estelle Czech, Janae Jefferson, and Mary Iakopo. Questions for our student athletes to start, please. Brian. Right down here.
Yeah, Brian Davis, Austin American Statesman. This is for Janae and Mary. Janae, when Connie left the program, the program was kind of kicking its feet, but not really going anywhere. You get a new coach. That was a huge splash at the time. You get Mary, Lauren, and just the energy shot that came with that. And this is really for both of you. Just what do you think of the journey that y'all have been on to go from where Texas was to now on the brink of a national title?
Start with Janae, please.
I think me and Mary definitely developed a strong relationship with her coming over. I feel like we know each other like the back of our hands, and with the addition of Coach White pushing us harder and things like that, we became a very competitive team, and I wouldn't be where I am today without the both of them, so I'm just extremely grateful for it.
Mary?
I think it was all worth it. The hardships, the hate, all the love, meeting new people, being in a new place. I think it was all worth it in the end to say that we left it all out there and emptied our gas tanks to get to where we are, our 5th year. So I'm proud.
Down in front over here.
Yes, for Estelle. Just curious, what did it mean to you to go on this journey with the seniors like Janae and Mary and Haley? And what does it mean to you now to know that, you and you have a lot of young rising stars on this team that can carry their legacy forward and sort of use this season as a foundation going forward?
I mean, it was an amazing journey. I mean, starting from, obviously, I hope you guys remember Clearwater, but, it didn't start out the best, but, no one expected us to be where we are today, and they're great leaders, and our team loved them, and they stuck up for every single one of us and had our backs the whole entire season. And for next year, I mean, we just pass on their legacy to new girls coming in. So, yeah.
And just wanted to ask about, the start. It looked like y'all were a little bit more yourselves, a little bit more comfortable out there today. Did you feel that in the game, just maybe less jitters than yesterday, just kind of a little bit more comfortable facing OU today?
I know I felt comfortable. It felt like the team felt comfortable too. I know my defense was working behind me. They were all talking to me. I mean, everyone was cheering in the dugout, and we were having fun. So yeah.
Anything else for our student athletes? Brian?
Mary and Janae, for both of you again, just what's been the best part about this particular group's journey? Obviously from Florida to coming back, good but not great Big 12 season. You guys didn't finish as well as you wanted to, but to climb all. What's been the best part of this whole run?
Mary, would you start, please?
I think just saying how much we bent but never broke. The best part was ending my career here, and I couldn't be more thankful.
Janae?
I think the best part was our senior class. I feel like as a group we all led well, and with the addition of Haley and even Lauren Berg, I just feel like as a senior class we were all strong, and I feel like if our bond was strong together, then it spread throughout the whole team. So like Mary said, just ending my career here is the best feeling in the world.
Anything else for student athletes? All right. Estelle, Janae, Mary, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach White, please?
Yeah, Michael, we can talk about the game if you want, but I'm more interested in the journey that y'all have been on, the last 4 years. I mean, when you got hired, your goal was to get Texas to the World Series, and you were all about winning national titles and competing for titles, right? And just what's it been like now that your program is here? You're knocking on the door, and then also in that, I mean, what's it going to take to get over the tank that is Oklahoma right now?
Wow, there's a lot of questions in there. So, yeah, you don't want to get that microphone back again. Well, it's been tougher than I thought it was going to be. To tell you the truth, I thought we had a really good team in 2019. I thought, and then of course the COVID year, it didn't turn out. We were, as our Monica said, we're 390 miles short twice, which means one more win, and we weren't able to get those one wins. So we're pretty close. And so, to tell you the truth, at this one, I wasn't quite sure where we'd get here, with this team. But they've come together. They've galvanized. The seniors have led, super seniors especially, have led this team with their performance. Haley Dulcini's been a rock star for us, and that lifted the whole pitching staff. At times, this has been the most difficult journey of my life as far as coaching, because it was so up and down. I mean, I'm telling you, literally, there was times where I didn't know who I was going to pitch, who could hold somebody down, and you saw some of those games. We gave up 15 runs against UCF. We gave up 17 against Baylor. And you were telling me we made the College World Series final? Come on, let's go. I mean, this is hats off, a great team. Out there, they're supposed to win. They have all the studs, right? They're a destination. This here is a scrappy bunch of young women who stood up against Oklahoma and gave them a damn good game today. And I couldn't be more proud of them. That's where my journey is right now. So next year, maybe.
Right.
Ryan Aber from the Oklahoma. Mike, wanted to ask you something about the game. You talked yesterday about needing to score on Oklahoma as the first, second, and even the third inning go on, and you just get those 2 runs. Were you concerned about that not being able to take advantage of some of the runners that you were able to get on base and the situations that you had maybe more than you were able to with those 2 first inning runs?
Absolutely. That's been the story. We left 9 runners on or 8 runners on yesterday. I don't know how many we left on today. It's in there somewhere 6, I think. So, those missed opportunities. And then, because they're going to come back. They're going to fight tough, and, they make adjustments at the plate. And again, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot just a little bit there by giving them extra outs. And, but they're tough, and that's what they do, and we know that. But I figured we'd have to score 5 or 6, to put the real pressure on them. We hit Jordy Bale really well. Obviously, we didn't get a lot of time with the other kid. What's her name? Nicole May. Sorry, Nicole May. I think she did a pretty good job in relief there, and of course Hope. I think she was looking ahead to the championship trophy. And but we fought back, and I couldn't be more proud of the team. Especially in a difficult situation like being out there in this climate. It's tough.
James.
James Hale, CBS Sports Radio in Oklahoma City. Like those of us that love softball, certainly love your senior class. Iakopo, your catcher, and Janae is one of the great players in the world. What does this senior class mean to you as you continue to develop your program moving forward?
Yeah, sure. I'm from New Zealand, and there's a book called Legacy. I don't know if you've read it, and it talks about, clean the sheds. You're never too big, you're never too good enough to clean the sheds, and be humble. And then leave the jersey in a better place. And I think that's what all those seniors can say they did. They've left the jersey in a better place. We've set all sorts of new records and standards for our program. We're not at the standard of Oklahoma. I get that. But this program is rising, and that's what we want. We set a new Women's College World Record for double plays. Amazing. First unseeded team to make the Women's College World Final. Amazing. And we fought back in so many adversity, like I think 7 times or 6 times we were behind and came back and won. So the grit, determination, all the things we talked about, and I'm telling you, it was a really hard job building this thing from where we were. We were in a pretty tough place. So their seniors, hats off to them. They've led this team strong.
Down in front.
Yeah, Mike, I know it might be hard to look ahead right now, but you have 3 sophomores on the all-tournament team. You have Sophia, you have Mia, you have all these youngsters who now have this experience. How important is that for y'all going forward, and how excited are you for the future and to build on this?
Yeah, I've talked about it a lot before about you can't practice this. You can't, you've got to get here to experience and know what it's like. You can tell them all you want, but until you get out there and do it, it's hard, So we have that experience. Now can they spread it? Can they spread the word that Texas is a real place to come play softball, and it's a great university? You're going to get an awesome education there as well. So there's a lot of factors that we need to start spreading the word about. Texas softball is for real.
Joey, and back.
Joey Helmer, 24/7 Sports. Mike, I wanted to ask you about a moment in the game, Jada Coleman's catch there in the first inning. That takes 2 runs off the board. Just how much that hurt, and obviously it would have been a different game had that gone a different direction for you.
Yeah, it's a game of inches. So I told Courtney one more Wheaties might have done it, but she was close a few times this weekend. But her transformation this week was great. I think we've always seen the ability in her to hit the long ball, but I think she's just one of those kids. And you saw her up here. She's really mild mannered, and we got to kind of prod her a little bit. And I'm hoping this is a turning point for her, and she turns it on and can be that 15 to 20 home run kid that we're so desperately need in our program.
Eric.
Coach Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. I wanted to just ask you about the Oklahoma fifth. It just seemed like they really started getting to Estelle at that moment. Just what did you see as a coach? And then also wanted to ask you, ESPN's cameras caught a little bit of interaction, little emotions after the game. Can you kind of describe what happened during that process?
Oh, you're talking about with the ball and the umpire, or?
With your assistant coach. It looked like he was angry.
Yeah, I'm not going to elaborate too much about it, but Coach Singleton was just trying to get the home run ball back from Mia, and the umpire wouldn't respond to him, and so Steve was, hey, can I have the ball back? And the umpire barked back at him. And then after the game was over, he rolled the ball forcefully at Steve. That's what happened. I'm not saying that's what happened. So Steve took exception to it. And, I don't know how much more I should say about that. So.
Coach, you want to talk about the Oklahoma 5th inning?
Yeah, it's all a blur now, but, it's like you blink, you give an inch, and they take a mile. And that's what happened. They just, it started going downhill pretty quick on us. And, of course, they scored the 4 runs there back-to-back, kind of put it away. But, we had them a little bit nervous there for a bit. So that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to obviously make it a lot closer game than it was last night. That wasn't a great game by us. It was, embarrassing. We felt like, we kind of let our Longhorn Nation fans down. I know they don't feel that way, but the kids feel that way. The players feel that way. And, and so my job was to pick them back up, come back out and fight, do the Texas fight. And I thought we did that. I thought we fought well. It just didn't turn out our way. We just didn't have enough. You look at the numbers on paper and you can tell how the matchup goes.
Brian?
Yeah, Mike, just one more question about kind of the future and going forward. Obviously Janae and Mary, your seniors have gotten a lot of attention, but so many young players coming back that got this experience. What did you see out of them? Last night and this morning at the hotel, and again today, some aggressive at bats, just a team that wanted to compete and keep fighting.
Yeah, I think there's so much in that. We use I use a lot of different hyperbole, so to speak, to kind of rally around them and give them different ideas. It's hard to coach them just as one group and say, hey, let's go, rah, rah. You just got to find a chord that strikes with them and latch onto it, like be the most dangerous team in America. And that's was our moniker. Yeah, we're not ranked, but let's be dangerous. Let's make some noise. And we made a lot of noise, and those types of things. And be carefree and not careless. And we were carefree a little bit until yesterday. And, I think we blew it up, But today we came out a little bit better. Of course, we still made some errors. But I'm hoping they learn from those mistakes. And that's what it's about. We got to use those as teaching moments to go forward as coaches and work our team and get them to understand what it's going to take to be here. And that's one of the things I said in the locker room after it was, hey, this is what it takes. This is what you got to be. Look at the catches they made in the outfield. Look at the plays they made, the throw to second base. Not only is Oklahoma a great hitting team, they're a great defensive team. It's hard to score runs. So that's what we got to learn.
Anything else for Coach White? All right, thank you, good sir. Appreciate your time throughout the week.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. I hate to say it, but I might miss you.